Oh wait, where am I? Oh. Okay, what was it like that then? Two, three. Didn't they say there was someone staying in number 3 on the ground floor? Doesn't seem to have any help here. So, hey, Rumbus, what's up? As you burst through the door, you find yourself standing face to face with a small, heavily tattooed man. Geometric shapes of all descriptions trace their way from his temples down his cheeks and neck to his shoulders. His eyes continue the motif. Each of his irises is a slanted rectangle. Okay. Rhombus looks at Isabeau and sighs. If he's surprised to see her, he doesn't show it. You finally won her back, huh? The memories that we locked away? I always knew that you would one day, but you got so hostile after the procedure. I didn't think you'd come around this soon. See you, Messiah. See you next time. Isabel glowers at him, her cheeks darkening. Oh, get bent, Rhombus. I got hostile with you because you got hostile with me. Like how I did. I tried to give you some advice as a friend. If memory serves, you called me a patronizing bastard and slagged my deck. Was I just supposed to take that without punching back? Hang on a second. Isabel cuts in. Her normally small voice is growing raucous. I called you a patronizing bastard because that's what you're being. You wouldn't have taken that tone if I were a guy, or an orc, or a troll. You talked down to me like I was your little sister or something. Well, guess what? I'm not. Whoa, hold up. I talked that way to you because... He shouts over him, cutting him short. Also, punch back? That's a funny way of putting it. You tailored an ESP to troll all of my posts on Shadowland. What kind of prick would do a thing like that? His face goes betrayed and his chest puffs out. Kind whose cat you had killed, you little monster. Captain Whiskers was just a house cat. He didn't have anything to do with this. Wait, what? She killed his cat? What? He rears back in indignation. That wasn't me. I would never hurt a cat. If I were going to have someone killed, it would have been you. Well, both of you shut up. There's a moment of stunned silence, then Rhombus licks his lips and speaks. Let me ask you something. How many people did you kill to get to me? I mean, what kind of death toll are we looking at here? I'm assuming that the gunshots in the hallway were you're doing. No, of course not. That had nothing to do with us. Yeah, sure. His eyes dart from side to side and he starts screaming, Help! Security! Somebody help! They can't hear you, Rom. You know why? Because we killed them. Now give me my goddamn key. Rhombus doesn't respond, other than to increase the pitch of his screaming. He looks like he's on the verge of hyperventilating. She glances back at you. To hell with this. Let's hit him like a piñata until software comes out. Sounds like a plan? Sure, let's beat him up. He's a pain in the ass anyway. Rhombus begins to back away, his eyes wide with terror. No, no, you keep away. I can do things to you in the Matrix. I can drain your bank accounts, slander you, publish your intimate details. Stay back, please. Well, I'm sinless. Go to work. It doesn't take long before he cracks. Oh, you don't even show me punching him? That's a shame. I'll give her what she wants. I'll give her everything. He keys in a series of rapid commands on his PDA, then turns to Isabel, sobbing. There, just check your inbox. You have it. Now, for the sake of whatever friendship we might have had, please let me go. Wait, weren't we supposed to, like, tie him up and put him in a closet? Isabel examines her PDA, frowning. A few seconds later, the frown turns into a smile. She nods at you. He wasn't lying. I've got the encryption key. Let's stuff him in a closet and go home. Encryption key? I thought you said that he had software that you needed. Technically, I have it. She taps her temple up here in the headwear storage, but I can't access it without the key. And thanks to Rhombus here, now I got it. Okay, so that's great. Now we can stuff this fool in the closet and get out of here. The alarms are still going off. Yeah, that's a good idea. Hold still, Rhombus. This might hurt. Not as much as those memories are going to hurt you is. You sound sad. We locked them away for a reason, and as much as I might dislike you now, I don't want to see you live through that again. You won't see it. You'll be in a closet. He set upon the grim task of shoving a protesting Rhombus into his own room closet and latching the door. Managed to get him inside without having to break any bones. He'll probably have bruises tomorrow, though. Come on, Fizz. We got what we came for. Let's go home. Suddenly, an explosion of sounds fills your ears. Heavy footfalls advancing down the hall. You hear shouting, the crackle of radios, the HKPF. Oh, that son of a bitch. Ron must have called the cops. He's probably got a panic button or something. Casts a hateful glare at the closet door, then draws out a silver gun. Get ready, Fist. We've got company. Okay, you do control mode. You can have a drone go here. Yeah, we can't really do much because... Wait a second. How do we have... whatever, put it here. Let's have you go here. You're gonna be hidden. I'm gonna go for stride and killing hands. And she's gonna go here. She's gonna have a little bit of cover. Blocked it with our armor. Are we gonna punch her? We're gonna punch her. Oh, she got hit. You though. Yeah, do the same thing again. Hey, can you actually hit this guy here? Okay. I could strip some of her armor. Should I just hide behind that? Can I do it? Oh yeah, he only has 1 point because he's using that. Oh no, you hit me there. How dare you? Well, I can do stuff to you that you aren't gonna enjoy too much. I can do this. I would like to strip some armor off of her. But I can't. We can just a little bit of armor. That was a nice punch. Guy. Okay, Isabel. We kind of want to... Actually, no, you first. I kind of want you to attack someone here. This captain here. Let's do this. This can do AP damage. Yeah, that's fine. But your leg, what you gonna do about it? Nice. I'm gonna punch you in the face. Actually, I want to use the sword to chi focus. Let's actually do this. Just stab him in the solar plexus. Punch him there. It doesn't say that we do AP damage, but we did some AP damage doing this. Anyone see? When do I get Chi Onslaught? Apparently that's a thing. Chi Onslaught. 3 attacks on a single target with a sword. Hey, that's it? Oh wow. So it makes sense to be using a sword. Okay. We can't really go anywhere else. This is locked. That's just an elevator, I think. Yeah, let's leave the deck on. You're about to leave this location and return to Hioi. Can you? Yes. We didn't get any bonus karma here. And we didn't have to take the guy with us. The drone guy. Forgot his name. We could have taken someone else. That's okay. The bus trip back to Kai Tak is quieter than the ride in was. Your fellow passengers sit crumpled in their seats, barely moving, barely speaking. Their Decon 2056 t-shirts hang loose on their frames, and their once cherished guest badges have been crumpled into their pockets. You've seen more lively groups on their way into the morgue. Isabel looks up at you, her eyes full of the same post-con fatigue that you see in everyone else. Okay. She gives you a small smile, and taps her temple with a fingernail. You got what you came for. The show is over. It's time to go home. And we got 8 karma points. That's nice. We could get 1 willpower, and we would be left with 3 points here. I wonder what I could get. Oh, your comlink chirps. It's kindly Cheng. Yes, ma'am? Come to the magic parlor, my darling. I have something I want to show you. Your crew is already here. You sound excited, don't you? Let's have a cold little chuckle. Oh yes, my sweet. Yes, I am. I'll see you shortly. Well, I'm gonna throw. Oh, I don't know if I wanna. Let's see what we. Apparently, we don't need any melee or unarmed. And apparently, it's really good to have 3 points of spirit control. To get access to a totem. Oh, spirit summoning. I would need 1 more point though. I could go for another point here. Get an etiquette. Don't need to get spirit summoning for. I could do this, and then 1 point here, and then I would need 5 more. Okay. Oh, I could want some points here, because spellcasting would allow me to get stuff from the lady here. Where was this again? Down here, I think. Pile up 5 phases. Hello, crafty shoe. I want to see your wares. Not outfits. Spells, conjuring, consumables, hermetic fetishes. We just need 2 points. And it would give me willpower. It's expensive though. I'm not gonna be able to do that. We don't really need the. Oh, maybe I can have one of each. So that's the reason why. Why the guide here that I'm using for the adept wants me to have 4 spellcasting, so I can use both of them. Well, I don't have any money right now. Let's leave it be for now. It's not like we can get anything new right now, so it's okay. Let's go sleep first, and then I can... Oh, it's not gonna let me. So we have to go to Auntie. Okay. Hello, Kanli Cheng. What's up? Oh, we have my guy here. As you walk through the magic parlor, you see your crew waiting for you. Clearly uncomfortable to be so close to the Triad boss. And you see why. Kanli Cheng's cheeks are flushed and glowing. She's already hit the bottle pretty hard. Ah, Fist, you're here. Excellent. Let's get to it, shall we? You said you had a lead, Auntie? I did, and I do. Kanli Cheng takes out her fidget and gently places it on the table in front of her. The wiretap we placed on the police force has borne fruit. Her mouth breaks into a wolfish grin, her eyes take on a feral gleam. She appears fueled by alcohol and vengeance, a hungry beast on a hunt. My people have delivered a snippet of a recorded video call between the plastic-faced man and Chief Inspector Crate of the Special Units Duties Unit. Wow. This should be good. Should we take a seat? Unfortunately, it's only a snippet. There were some technical difficulties with the tap. She glances at Bao, who nods back at her. The person responsible has been sacked. Probably killed, but okay. Cheng reaches out a lock-haired fingernail, hunts for the button she's looking for, and stabs it in victory. There's a loud crackling noise at the beginning of the recording, followed by a squelching squeal that makes Gubbet cover her ears in pain. When the video recording begins, the man's voice sounds far away as if he's talking through a thick pane of glass. The woman's is louder, closer. Say that again? There's something wrong with this line. As said, my client isn't interested in hearing more excuses, Inspector. That's what I thought you said. I'm not making excuses, mister. I have a department to run. Not for much longer. If those 2 Westerners aren't found They're linked to this Raymond Black somehow, and my client wants them out of circulation immediately. 2 runners are his accomplices, too. The little orc and the dwarf with the cyber deck. Gobert looks at Isabel wide-eyed and swallows hard. Isabel winks back reassuringly. I'm aware, Inspector. Thank you. We don't know how much any of them know, and my client is adamant that the risk be mitigated immediately. I've already made the SDU's the SDU's highest priority. If Josephine wants more resources on it, I'm going to need allocations from elsewhere in the department. That is a problem that that can easily be dealt with. My client wants this over. Now, no more excuses, no more fuck-ups, no more cops floating in the river. Kindly Cheng smiles at that and pours herself a shot. Tell her we're redoubling our efforts. Very good. Dead or alive, you bring them to me. My client requires my personal verification that the threat has been eliminated. Hang on, this line is getting worse. There's a sharp crackle and the recording ends. Ellie Cheng picks up her PDA and puts it away with a smile. She unscrews the cap on her bottle and pours herself a shot with a flourish. That's the guy we saw in the surveillance footage, the one who killed Raymond Black. She leans on to the PDA. That plastic face looks a lot cooler close up. I think it's kinda pretty. That video doesn't tell us much. I mean, we already know that there's an APB on us, and all we're sure of now is that the man with the plastic face is definitely working for someone else, this Josephine. Is that all we have, Auntie? A first name? It's not just a first name, Gobbet dear. It's the first name. Josephine Sang. She is the one pulling the strings. Kindly downs her shot and slams the glass upside down on her table. That disease-riddled dog fucker. Oh. I should have known it was her from the beginning. She drums her fingers on the table in front of her. And she had nerve to cool down the heat on my runners on Nightjar. Oh, that scabrous Foster is going to pay. I don't really recognize the name. Cheng makes a wet hacking noise in the back of her throat and spits on the floor. She's the CEO of Sang Mechanical Services and a member of the Hong Kong Executive Council. Her face turns to a mask of disgust. Josephine dog-fucking Sang. CEO, huh? What do you know about her? She was Hong Kong Philanthropist of the Year in 2054 and 2055. Children's hospitals, homeless shelters, food distribution centers. Good causes, and the kind that get good PR because people are too lazy and myopic to look for the real people doing the hard work. The face-to-face with the poor work. Don't be so cynical, Isabel. Auntie Cheng smiles at her sweetly. Coming face-to-face with the unsanitized for video poor is distasteful, dear. You know that. Her face gets stony. Beyond being a CEO and a philanthropist, I also know that Josephine Sang is a lying, conniving bitch. Philanthropist and a bitch. Those two things sound mutually exclusive. She snorts derisively. Wake up, Fizz. Power is power. Whether you're providing children with 3 hots and a cot, or you're negotiating a treaty with a multinational, it's all the same. It doesn't sound like you like her very much, huh? Whatever gave you that impression, my sweet? Her wolfish smile returns. No, my darling. I don't like Josephine Sang, and I'm going to fuck her up. I'm going to fuck her up bad. Oh, care to elaborate on that, Auntie? No. Okay, sure. She picks up her bottle of swill. Its serpentine fumes drift your way. Not now, not today, but you'll be there, my darling. I'll make it a party. Okay, what is Tang Mechanical Services? Josephine's baby. It was a B-rated corporation before she married into the Tang family, but after she fought for and won the contract to rebuild Colony Wall City, their fortunes rose high. They began the rise to power that eventually landed Josephine on the Executive Council. So wait, so there's a connection between her and the Walled City? Yes, the same place Raymond Black hired my runners to take him. I've already connected the dots. I don't know what it means, but it clearly means something. And what do you think the connection is? I mean, he works for her, that's all the connection that we need. I don't know yet, but I will. He called her his client. That may be some sort of lead we can follow. Cheng nods at Wu. Her glance lingers at his biceps for a moment before continuing. Right now, all we know is that he is her instrument. One who killed Raymond Black. Raymond's not dead. Yes, you may have mentioned that before, Gunshow. Smiles at him reprovingly. Regardless, the plastic-faced man is still our best lead to figuring out what's going on. Okay, and remind me who this executive council is again? May I, Auntie? Isabel breaks in, giving kindly Cheng a chance to calm down a bit. Hong Kong is run by a consortium of powerful corporations called the Board of Governors, who set up the Executive Council, an 8-member committee of exemplary Hong Kong citizens to represent the people and run the city on their behalf. But of course, you don't vote for them. That would be too unpredictable. Instead, every 2 years, the 2 Executive Council slots come up for election, and the corporations on the Board of Governors put up some possible candidates and vote among themselves in a closed-door session. Closed door? I'm shocked. Of course, every single one of these candidates is on some corporation's payroll, somehow. Wham bam, instant government. Okay, let's cut to the chase. What's the next step? There's nothing we can do to touch Josephine Tsang, as much as I hate to admit it. But the plastic-faced man is a different story. He's a third-party operative who's been careless, and he'll live to regret it. The little black eyes turn stony. For a while. If Tsang thinks she can take out 2 of my runners and get away with it, I'm going to have to explain things to her. She pulls out a thin black cigar and runs it beneath her nose. We're going to find the plastic-faced man. We are going to hurt him. We'll hurt him until we know everything he does. And then we will use that to strike back at Josephine Tsang. She lights her cigar and takes a deep, deep pull. You will have your vengeance, and I will have my own satisfaction. She turns away and picks up a bottle. Now get out. I have work to do. Okay. Should go back here. We do probably have a get some rest. Get some money, more like. Don't have money. I need some. I'm gonna check out my computer too. A stabbing pain in your stomach jolts you awake. Your entire abdomen is cramping up. You roll in your cot, willing the shooting pains that radiate from your stomach to go away. Your mouth is bone dry, and your tongue is swollen. It feels thick and inarticulate, like a useless slab of meat. A quick glance at your PDA tells you that it's 4 AM. Outside of your cabin, the rest of Huoi sleeps. All that you remember of the dream, as you awoke from is a horrible, unfulfilled yearning, and a need to get where you were going first. Others were behind you. You could feel the heat of their breath on your back. If you were to beat them to your destination, you could slam the door in their faces, them out and away from what was yours. But if they overtook you, you would feel that terrible longing forever. As you grasp at your last fleeting memories of a dream, a wave of exhaustion washes over you. It feels like you've been drugged. You collapse back into your cot and into a black, dreamless sleep. When you open your eyes again, the sun filters in under your door. It's morning. Okay, let's check out my PC. One unread message. Auntie Cheng and Josephine. From Gobert to Fist. Auntie Cheng and Josephine. Hey Seattle. I think I can add a little context to that thing between Auntie and Josephine Tsang. You know, the thing that makes Auntie hit the sauce and talk revenge. This is a combo of stuff. I heard and stuff I put together myself. So your mileage may vary. Mileage, whatever. For years, the Yellow Lotus acted as a tax collectors within the walled city. Since the walled city was built by Josephine Tsang and the Yellow Lotus was run by Auntie Cheng, they must have had a working business relationship. For a while at least. From what Nightjar told me, he was her favorite. You got that right? Auntie was known as a real up-and-comer back then. She was on the fast track to be next Yellow Lotus 438. That's a big deal gig. See it all. Money and power galore. Now, you need to know that there were a lot of triads and corps doing biz in the walled city. All sort of stuff. Sometimes they work together nicely and sometimes people get bloody. The way that I heard it, Auntie came up with some sort of grand plan to consolidate business in the walled city. The power would be split between the Yellow Lotus and the Tsangs company, and everyone else would get a cut out. If her plan worked, Auntie would rise in the Lotus like nobody's business, and Josephine Tsang would make a long bank. There was a catch though. In order for the plan to work, both women would need to jump through a lot of hoops. There'd be street level maneuvering and power plays on Auntie's side, and blackmail and negotiations on the corporate level from Josephine Tsang. My info gets sketchy here. From what I've pieced together, Tsang went behind Auntie's back and took her plan to her boss, a 438 named Wong Lun Fat. They cut kindly out of her own plan. Why did Tsang do that? My guess is that she saw Auntie as some sort of threat. People in the know say that Wong Lun Fat is weak and greedy. She can be manipulated in her palm if her palm remains well greased. Long story short, power was consolidated in the walled city, just like Auntie planned. Only she didn't wind up getting any of it. Her climb up the Lotus ladder came to an abrupt halt. She's still a straw sandal, just like she was before Tsang's backstabber. Now she's stuck in the oil like a fly in amber. I'd be pissed too if it were me.